Hi, my name is Antoine Farbur. I work for Audio Research Corporation. Our company was founded in 1970, and we are world-renowned for making tube electronics. And today, at the Audio Video Show in Warsaw, we have been presenting the G-Series preamplifier and the G-Series 150. We've decided to show both an analog source as well as a digital source, obviously better known as the CD, which has been around for over 30 years now. What our aim is to show the advantages and the beauty regardless of the source. There are many people that are fans of analog, others that are more keen on the sound of a digital source, and it has been a very educational experience this weekend showing both sources. We are also presenting the Amati Futura, which is Antoine Farbur's based Amati anniversary speaker. The philosophy for all of these products are not too dissimilar from one another, and that is to recreate sound and the musical message of the composer with as much reality as possible. High-end audio is really about passion for music, and it's a quest for recreating in the listener's living room the message, the original recording of the artist or composer with the maximum amount of realism, emotion, and intensity. And because music is important to Antoine Farbur speakers and to Audio Research Electronics, like it is to EAT turntables from Slovakia, getting to as close as possible to the true fidelity of the music is very important, not just to our companies, but also to the music listener. That's why our products truly are made by ear, and everything we make is made by hand. Let's begin here with the EAT turntable. This turntable consists of a 15-kilo platter. It's actually 6 centimeters wider across than the actual vinyl record, because we feel that, or EAT feels that this allows to get a more controlled bass and a more effective reproduction of the analog information on the vinyl. The motors, there are 2 of them, are located on the left of the turntable. They are completely isolated and also benefit from a material called serbothane. The platter itself also, to reduce vibrations and any sort of resonance, is lined with serbothane. Now, because this is so heavy, it's riding on a pin, and it also has magnets, neodymium magnets, to actually lighten the weight so that there's no wear on this turntable. We have here what's called a C-sharp tone arm made of carbon, specifically designed for this turntable. The 2.6 millivolt signal then comes into the Audio Research GS preamplifier, which is a tube powered analog section, 0 feedback, and this is a pure Class A configuration. We also have another additional 2 tubes specifically for the phono stage, so therefore the signal coming in from the turntable is dedicated strictly to a phono section of the preamplifier. The preamplifier should be as discrete as possible. That means adding no signature whatsoever to the music signal. We then deliver it in a balanced line configuration to the GS150. The GS150 is basically our most modern stereo amplifier. We consist of the latest KT150 tubes, military spec Russian-made tubes. They are burnt in for 72 hours before they are measured and then matched. We have 4 matched per channel. We have unique transformers that are devoted just for this amplifier, made locally in Minnesota area. We have also coupling capacitors that we spent over a year designing and developing to get the interstage modulation to be just perfectly matched. And here for our digital source, we have the reference CD9. Believe it or not, many great lovers, aficionados of music, because they have very large collections of CDs, still have a need for CD players. Of course, servers and streamers are very popular, but once you start to get to this level of quality of sound reproduction, you do want to have your own dedicated CD player. The DAC is designed in a quad configuration. We have stereo signals per signal path, and that combined with the implementation of a tube analog output stage and a tube power supply allows for this very, very relaxed purity, a great transparency, and a better controlled bass response. Now we will just come over to probably the most important part of a stereo, which is the speaker. Franco Serblin started this company in 1980, and we have perpetuated the philosophy of constantly trying to keep this the most natural sounding speaker you can by research and development in a design of the speaker. For example, this one has a avional shaped top. It's got a 1 centimeter thick aluminum plate on top and bottom that is actually physically fastened to eliminate any spurious vibration or resonance. The spikes are specifically designed to disperse these vibrations. We have a 3-way system with a 29 millimeter tweeter designed by the world-renowned Norwegian tweeter designer named Ragnar Liar. It is starting at 3,200 hertz. We then have a 19 centimeter mid-range, which is an air-dried cellulose paper. And then we have two 22 centimeter woofers. We have ribbing all along for each enclosure within the speaker. And we also have further dampening materials inside, making this one of the most solid speakers available. The cables are from Inacoustic, a German company, and again, perfectly suited for this system. Now, something that's very important to me when assessing the quality of the stereo, such as I had to do at the start of this show, and that is to take a piece of music that I know extremely well, one that has vocals, preferably more than one, meaning a male vocal and a female vocal, and then musical instruments that are very, very well recorded and very well positioned, so we can also assess the imaging and staging of the system. I personally yesterday used The Girl from Ipanema by Stan Getz. Astrid Gilberto is the female singer, and Antonio Carlos Jobim is the composer and guitar player and also singer. With a piece of music such as The Girl from Ipanema, within about 2 or 3 minutes, one can assess about 80% of what you're looking for. That is great tonal balance, a purity of sound, a transparency, and just basically being moved by the musical message of the composer. And I think what we have accomplished with this system, the synergy of each component, has basically allowed us to get responses from listeners during this weekend that this might possibly have been the best sounding system at the Audio Video Show in Warsaw.